Good morning. Okay, there we are. Good morning. Welcome to Melissa Chambers Consulting Wednesday Words of Wisdom. I hope everyone is doing good and having a great week so far. Good morning. I know where I am. It is freezing, and I'm not doing well with the cold weather. I hate it, but I hope someone somewhere is that's listening. It's sunny and nice and beautiful. So, this morning we are talking about physical and cognitive activity as well as social engagement. And I don't know if any of you pay attention to the Factual Friday um, posts that get posted every Friday, but we have been doing sort of a series of things that help with prevention, or that can potentially help with prevention. And over the last few Fridays, we have talked about, and maybe this upcoming Friday, we have or will be talking about physical activity stimulation, cognitive stimulation, or activity, social engagement, socialization. And so I just want to clarify on a few of these things. And first, before I do that, I'm going to read you a few facts. And this is going to be probably a little bit longer than I really want it to, because I want these videos to be fairly short. But I do think it's really, really important for you to go back and listen to it, especially if you can't listen to it now. So right now, there are over 7 million Americans living with Alzheimer's disease. And that's just the numbers that we have reported. A lot of people may be living with it that don't really even have a diagnosis yet, or haven't even been to the doctor yet, because of one circumstance or another. So that's only what we have reported. That's only what we know about. However, I have come across some people as of late that I think don't realize they are in the exact age frame that is going to be affected more so. So, I think it's wonderful that, we feel young no matter how old we are. And I think that's great, and I love that. However, it is important that if we are in the age range that is over the age of 65, that we start having some sort of plans in place, seeing an elder law attorney, having a living will and power of attorney, all the things, financially preparing, having a plan, like if there's an emergency, because there can be. I mean, there can be for any of us, but as we reach the age 65 and older, the chances and likelihood of some sort of emergency with our health is higher. And so I want to just give you some facts here. So the baby boomer generation, this is Americans born between 1946 and 1964. This population of Americans age 65 and older is projected to grow from 58 million to 82 million by 2050. And that's just in the next 24 years. And I know that seems like a far way away, but 1999 seems like a far way away too, and it feels like it happened like this. Why is the age 65 important? Well, the biggest risk factor for getting Alzheimer's disease is age. When anyone who's 65 and older right this minute, you are at risk for getting Alzheimer's disease. Whether you have it in your family, whether you think you might get it or not, doesn't matter. 65 and older, you're at risk. Okay, so by 2030, which is 4 years away, all members of the baby boomer generation will be 65 and older. The oldest members of the baby boomer generation turned 75 in 2021. And so I just wanted to read those facts to you because I think it's important to note that, that we are getting older. We're getting older as a society, and we have to have plans in place. Okay, so that's that. Now, why is physical and cognitive activity and socialization so important? Well, we talk about healthy eating too, but that's not what I wanted to focus on today. I wanted to focus on those kind of three things. Researchers say that if you can only do one of those things, that physical activity would be the most important. But really, I think that most of us can do all of the things. So, physical activity. Now, this does not mean that you have to go run a marathon. This does not mean that you have to start walking 5 miles a day or running. If you can, great, do it. It's great for your health. Exercise is great for your health, but that's not what we're talking about. We are talking about anything that you can do that's more than what you're doing right now. So, riding a bike if walking is hard for you. Walking on a treadmill, walking around the block, parking farther away at the store or in a parking lot, using the steps instead of an elevator. Small things, anything that you can do that's more than what you're already doing. Now, this can be including people in a wheelchair. This does not have to be anything major. Trying to step with your legs, trying to do things with your arms, doing chair yoga, doing chair exercises, anything that you can do that's more than what you're already doing. So physical activity. Cognitive activity is to help with things with your brain. So learning new things. People say all the time, well, I do crossword puzzles all the time. And I'm gonna not get dementia because I do crossword puzzles all the time. And if you do crossword puzzles, that's great. And it is keeping your brain active and busy. So it's great. Continue the crossword puzzles. But your brain also gets used to doing the things that you always do. So try a Sudoku puzzle that's math related. Continue doing your crossword puzzles, but try something else. Read a book. Go to a class, or read articles or things online. Go to a class in person that is learning something new. I'm in healthcare. I certainly don't know everything about it, but I know a lot about it because that's what I do every day. That's what I do for a living. If I had to do math for a living, it would not work out well for me. So for me, doing math related problems would really get my brain going. It would probably start hurting my brain at some point, but that's besides the fact. So when we do things that we're not used to, it helps make new connections and new cells in our brains. It helps to keep the blood flowing. It's just very healthy. If you go to a class or a seminar or some presentation that someone's having about something that you know nothing about, take a friend with you. That's socialization. That's learning something new, cognitive activity, and park farther away in the parking lot. Walk around the parking lot once and then go into the seminar. And that's some physical activity. That's a little bit of all three. So think outside the box. They say also, if you're right-handed, trying to use your left hand occasionally. I always say, if I break my right hand, God forbid, I'll be crippled because I can do nothing with my left hand. There is this little game too that I wanted to show you. I don't know if you can see it. It is it is words of color words. And for instance, the blue is written in red, the green is written in blue, pink is written in blue, red is written in green, etc. So looking at something like this and reading the colors that you see, whatever the words say, and then reading the words in whatever the color says, whatever the color is, rather. So the first line would be blue, green, yellow, but then it would be red, blue, red, I believe. I'm looking at it backwards, but you kind of get the drift. And that's a little bit harder to do than what it seems. So something like that, working on puzzles, you get the drift. Just anything that you can do that's a little bit different. And then socialization. It's so important. When we sit at home isolated, it is just so not good for us because we're just sitting there, we're doing nothing, we are, losing muscle mass, it's just not good for us for so many reasons, even dementia, Alzheimer's set aside. It's just not good for us for so many reasons, and so many of us do it. And so anything that you can do to be more active, walk around your house, just walk around in circles, walk through the rooms, just do some steps if you can, whatever you can do, but just anything more than what you're doing now. And if you can do all of them together, that's wonderful. It's wonderful. At the Y, most of them have a silver sneakers program, or most of them, maybe you can get in with your, for no charge with your insurance. Go there. They always have things going on, classes, or go to senior centers. I know a lot of you kind of like turn up your nose to that because you think, well, that's not me, that's for old people. But senior centers are for people, anyone that's a senior. And if you're over the age of 65, you're definitely a senior. Whether you realize that or think of yourself as that or not, they always have things going on. Like I said, just anything that you can do that will keep your mind busy, your physical body busy, and being around people. It's so very important. So that's all I have. I know this was a little bit long, but I do think it's important to talk about those things. So I hope you have a great day, a great week. If you need anything, please don't hesitate to contact us, melissachambersconsulting.com. There's a contact us page. There is the phone number, the email, on the Facebook page here up above, and on our YouTube page there is the phone number, the email. So please don't hesitate to contact us if we can do anything for you. All right, thanks. Have a great day. Bye.